Before we get to planting these boxes, we're going to have to build a fence because we've got lots of deer around here, which is really nice to see every day, but they're going to enjoy our vegetables, so we need to stop them. Okay, so we've kind of marked out the 4 corner posts, and then where these blocks are, that's going to be where the main 4x4 posts are going to be for us to attach a gate to. And we're going to use these, we're going to drive these in because they're going to be supporting a gate, so we want them to be super strong. The corner posts are just these round posts. I'm just going to shave them down a little bit on the ends, so make them into a little bit of a spike, so then we can hopefully drive those in. And we're going to go around 5 foot high, and yeah, see how it goes. So how, like, if the fence is 5 foot tall, yeah, how do you think we should have these 2 posts higher than 5 foot? Or just...
Well, you're going to need it higher than 5 foot because you're putting it in the ground.
Well, yeah, but do you want them higher than 5 foot here so they're taller than the fence to put something over top? Or do you want to just leave them at the same height of the fence the whole way around? You know what I mean? But if you have these posts coming up even higher, you could add an arch or something if you wanted to, but might add more structure to it if you can put a post across the top. So Vanita brought up a good point here as to how the next water tank is going to fit. So we decided to check it out. I don't know how wide these tanks are. How do we measure? How do we measure the width of this thing? Kind of guesstimate it. Do you want to grab the end of that and like line it up with the end? Like, I don't know. So that's about 8 feet. So 8 feet comes to here. So this is...
Yeah, but then it's going to stick out.
Go farther over, you could go. We'll fill that. So 8 foot would be here. So it would be a bit tight getting around here. We kind of planned this out before, but probably not in as much detail as we needed to. Well, we could always put the other tank here, right, and just kind of build that area up just there. Yeah, this could work, but we could definitely move it more over that way too, right? We could push the tank right back into in between these 2 trees. I think it'll work. We'll just give it a go. We can always move the fence. Shut up. That's too tall. We don't want to fence, like, we don't want to, you know, we could go like to, you know. 6. Hold this a sec. All right, I'll cut these down to 6 and 7, what did I say? 6.5. Yeah, I guess so. We're only 5'8". Gotta get it straight. Okay, so yeah, I'm just gonna drive this in and use the off-cut piece of this to see if we can hammer this home. Trying to make sure it's at least straight, because I want to try and make sure this is at least parallel to the... Oh, it looks good. Okay, is that flush? Seems pretty flush. It's twisted, hasn't it? Damn, it's twisted. Twist. I don't know, do you think we need to make it straighter? Or how are you going to get that out? Maybe what we can do is if that one, next one's straight, when they're, you know, once they connect to each other, it might be able to twist it a bit. If I attach this one to that one, it'll twist. I don't know, it's not very straight, is it?
You gotta just make sure it's straight as you're going.
Okay, you go. That is level. Okay, so these will be the supporting posts for the gate, which I'll need to make. But now let's put the corner posts in. I'm gonna have to go and cut them into spikes. These are the posts, they were just lying in the property here. And we're just gonna cut them down to a specific length. But I think we read that like a third of the post needs to be underground just to give it that solid feel. So we're looking at 10-foot posts here, I think. Yeah, so they're 10 feet. So if I want 5 above ground, probably going to go for like 2 feet underground. So that's a 7-foot post. All right. Let's see if this little spike will get in the ground. The batteries are all not good enough right now. We'll have to maybe finish it another day. I've got the main battery on charge. It's going to take a while. Might have to start this again another day. Okay, we've had a couple of days off, a bit of rain in between. We've got an opening in the clouds, so we're going to try and get the rest of these posts in and put the fence up today. So because I don't have a pole driver and it was getting quite tricky last time, I'm going to actually just dig a hole a bit deeper with the pickaxe. So a little bit of tough, hard work, but I need the exercise. Couple big swings here. Just another inch. Let's see how she holds. Pretty stoked with that one. We're not going for any perfect square or rectangle or anything. We're not getting too precise here. We're just eyeing it up, a little bit of measuring from corner to corner, but we're just getting it up, making sure it looks as good as it can. All right, just 2 more to do. Look at that, 99 beats per minute. I was just at 110. Getting my intensity minutes today. Nice. All right, last one. So we bought a roll of welded galvanized stucco wire. It's 54 inches high and 100 feet long. It's got super fine squares, but it ended up being a lot cheaper than like your 4x2 inch square deer fencing. So we're going to give it a go. I'm hoping it's high enough. It is just a small space, and I've read that deer don't like to jump into kind of enclosed areas. If it was like a border fence from a big field, it would need to be like 8 or 10 foot high, but they're saying 5 foot's enough because they won't jump into a caged area. So we'll test it out and see. And if we need to build it higher, we can always do that in the future. And then you can buy these loose. They're just little pins to nail the fencing to the posts. Just grabbed a little handful of those. And so we're just gonna see how easy this is. Well, we did time lapse the whole putting up of the fence, but it didn't record, so bummer. because it would have looked cool. We're almost there. We've had a few problems. We just didn't get everything completely level, so the fence kind of is buckled a little bit and it's kind of hard to get tight. But you know, you live and learn, and we're not engineers. We're not doing it perfectly by the book, but it's working so far. All right, so we've got all of the posts attached. It's a bit wonky, but we won't show you too close. I'm gonna cut the final pieces now. We've got a few of these to cut, I guess. Ta-da! Are we still attached? Hey, there we go. Gonna use this to make the gate. What we should have done here is actually like wrapped it round, and then it wouldn't have been as like, do you know what I mean? These are super finicky, eh? These little things. Try and push it in a little bit first. So we've pretty much got this nailed. We just need to skirt it, I think, to sort of stop any little rabbits and things getting in there. Some things that I would have done differently. At the post here, when we terminated it, probably followed this around the corner a little bit, because then I wouldn't have had to have nailed quite so many places, and then it would have been a bit more secure. The other part of it, because we didn't really take into consideration the lay of the land and how it slopes away. So when we first did the first section here, when we pulled the wires between the two posts, they weren't quite parallel, so it kind of wanted to kink a little bit, so it was a little bit tough to work with, but I'll show you what we did on one corner just to tighten it up a little bit. So on this corner, it's not very pretty. Have a look at this. It was kind of kinked here and dipping down, so I just pulled it back a bit and sort of folded it back over itself and hammered it in. So just pulled it a bit tighter in the top corner there. And so we're going to do the same on this corner over here. So if you come around, you'll see that it's not particularly tight here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to fold it back on itself like this and see if I can drive in one more. It might be just too tight to do it, but we'll try here. There we go. So I'm just bringing this, closing this one square down pretty much. So it's just added a little bit of tension in there. So it's not too pretty, but it's done the job. It's pretty cool. Glad to see the fence is all done. Ah!
Let me out. I'm trapped.
Can you hear the saw? We've been dealing with that all afternoon. There's more to making these videos than you imagine. Simply off grid with myself. No, that's nonsense. I don't like that. All right, thank you so much for watching. We have completed our fence for now. I am going to build a gate for this, so stay tuned, subscribe to be notified when that will be published, and hit the like button and share with all your friends. If you have any questions, please leave a note in the comments below. We love to hear what you guys think. Thanks so much. See you next time.